So today, we're gonna be talking about the UFC. It's a little odd, but low key, it's just something I wanted to talk about. So we're gonna do that shit. Starting up, 2025 is looking hella fucking good for the UFC. Like I swear to God, like only like two main cards are really out right now, like that have been announced, and that's Islam and Sarukyan, and then it's Duplessis and Strickland. Those are the two main cards, and then you got some fight nights in between. Like I know there's a fight night coming up in the UFC Apex, but everyone the consensus online is that that card's dog shit, so we're not gonna talk about it. I'm still gonna watch it though, because the last UFC fight night I didn't watch was it was Buckley and Covington, and low key I'm hella pissed I missed that shit because everyone said that was one of the best cards of the year. It was a fucking fight night. So low key that pissed me off a little bit. So now I'm watching every single fight night. But yeah. But the first thing that we're gonna talk about, we ain't talking about the Apex fight night. They really should just get rid of the Apex. But we're talking about UFC 311, which is honestly, that's the most excited I've been for a card since like 300. So I'm super excited about 311. It's got some, like every fucking main card fight is absolute heat. And they got like motherfuckers like Johnny Walker on prelims. Like shit. You know the fucking main card is stacked when you got your boy Johnny Walker. They also got Peyton Talbot on the prelims, which is pretty sick. Peyton Talbot just got off fucking knocking out that French guy. I forget his name, but knocked the shit out of him. So that's what's up. A little pole dancing Talbot about to make another appearance. But that's besides the point. But I'm just gonna say this now. I'm a UFC casual. Like, I ain't know a lot about the UFC. I just watch that shit because it's fun to watch. That's pretty much the whole deal. So if I'm saying shit that like doesn't make sense at all, just don't worry about it. I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about. So now that I said that, we'll get into the actual card. So UFC 311 main card. We'll start with the headliner. Headliner is Islam and Arman Sarukyan. Really good looking main card, not gonna lie. Sarukyan just came off a pretty decent win against Oliveira. Islam just came off a pretty dominant win over it was Poirier. But I'm gonna be for real with y'all. I'd be over here praying on Islam's downfall. Like no, nothing against the guy. I fucking love him. He's kind of autistic. That's pretty sick. He's super awesome. But I need him to lose, bruh, because he's been taking out way too many of my favorite fighters. Like low key, like I can accept that he beat Oliveira, and I can accept, he beat Poirier too. But like Volk, he beat Volk twice. Nah, look, it's okay if it happens once, bro, but that shit happened 4 times. He beat Volk twice. He beat Poirier and he beat Oliveira. And there's probably someone else I'm not remembering. So, yeah, that shit ain't gonna slide. I know Arman also beat Oliveira, but like, low key, if that fight had one more round, Oliveira had that shit. He had him in that nasty darks. So, nah. Arman for the win. Here, hear me out, okay? Let me cook. Arman versus Islam. Islam loses, okay? Next fight, Arman's first defense, Oliveira, and the champion has a name. That's all I'm saying. The champion has a name, and it's not Arman Sarukyan. Alright, but moving on from that fight, the co-main event is another heater. We got Merab Dvalishvili, and we got Umar Nurmagomedov. Yeah, I think that's like Khabib's cousin or some shit. That's what I keep hearing. I don't really know. But all I know is we got goofy little Dvalishvili on this card, and that's pretty cool. A lot of people hating on Umar, or not Umar, they be hating on Merab because they beat their little cuck boy Suga, which is alright. I like Suga too, but that fight, Suga was not himself, bro. Like, he was just not looking like the same guy. Like Umar was, or not Umar, damn, Dvalishvili was low-key kissing him, bro. Like, if the Suga I knew would not let that shit slide. That's all I'm saying. But either way, I think Dvalishvili is probably gonna come out with this one. I don't really know much about Umar, low-key. I mean, I'm just gonna assume he's another like Dagestani Sambo wrestler. So yeah, we're just gonna assume that. I want to see Umar, or not Umar. I want to see Umar lose. I want to see Merab win. Damn, I just cannot. These two motherfuckers are like, they get me mixing up in the head and shit. I be talking about the right people though. So Merab, I want him to win. I want him to defend his championship. I'd like to see him have a rematch with Suga. Mostly because I don't really know that division all that well. I don't know who else is really in that division. So yeah. And besides, a rematch with Suga, hopefully we could see something pretty dope come out of that. But yeah, we'll see. So next fight, the third fight in the main event is probably the one I'm actually, if it wasn't for Islam and Arman, this would be the fight I'm most excited for, because Yuri Prohaska is one of my favorite fucking fighters. Bro, just like kind of goofy about being in the forest and like samurai shit, and I fuck with that heavy. And he's fighting fucking internet fanboy Jamal Hill. Like, Jamal, get off your fucking ass, bro. I be seeing you on Twitter more than I be seeing you in the gym. Like, shit. I remember watching the Pereira Jamal fight, and I see his belly jiggling. I'm like, damn, bro, you're not a fucking heavyweight. What the fuck are you doing with all that belly, bro? Like, you look at Yuri, you see ripped, fucking mountain man. You see Pereira, and you see ripped, fucking Brazilian monster. And you look at that fucking Jamal, and he looks like he just ate 2 Twinkies before the walkout. Like, come on, bro. I don't know, bro. That might just be me. Low key. But, yeah, Yuri, you better slap him with your fucking ponytail after what he said about your ponytail, bro. I want Jamal dead on the floor. That's all I'm saying. But, yeah. Next fight is a fight that I'm not too well versed on. It is I think it's De Ridder, is how you say it. De Ridder. I think he's from the Netherlands. And that he's fighting Kevin Holland. Now, I'm gonna just leave with this. Kevin Holland, I fucking love you. You are an amazing fighter. Quote unquote, the most active fighter in the UFC. But you're not winning this, bro. You're not winning, bro. Ryder, so if you all don't know who Ryder is, he's kind of new. New to the UFC anyway. He came from one championship, and he used to be, I think, lightweight and middleweight. I think he was a double champ. He was a double champ over there. I don't know what weight classes. It might have been middleweight and like light heavyweight, but he was a champ over there, which means he's fucking good. You know, like, I don't know. People be shitting on one championship. They're like, oh, that's not the UFC. That means they're all like, it's basically amateur hour. It's like, nah, bro. They got crazy people over there. Like, they have a fucking triple champ over there. Which, mentioning the triple champ, by the way. The Riders, he has 2 losses. And you're like, whoa, this guy, how's he so good? He's got some losses, right? And they're pretty recent losses, too. He lost against the triple champ. Like, that's crazy. The only 2 losses this guy has is against the fucking one championship triple champ, which is wild. I'm blanking on his name right now. Oh no, it's Anatoly. That's right, because he's the same guy that's got the same name as that, like, lifter. But yeah, it's Anatoly, which, he looks juiced to shit, by the way. Anatoly is on some juice. I'm, like, 100% sure of that. But, yeah, De Ridder, Kevin Holland. De Ridder's a really good grappler. I watched one of his fights before starting this video. I was doing my homework. And, Loki, he's pretty good. Like, he ain't no slouch, you know. He's a very good grappler, very good judo. And he's been working on his striking. He's a pretty good striker. Not a whole lot of KO wins for him, but dude, he's like, he will get your ass on the ground though. Like, I think every single fight I've seen from him is pretty much the same shit, where he's striking with them until he can shoot a takedown, and then he'll just get them with a submission from there. So, you know, interesting fight. I know Kevin Holland's a very good grappler too. I know Kevin Holland, you know, most active fighter in the UFC apparently, but nah, I got the Ridder on that one. As much as I really want Kevin Holland to win, I think the Ridder's gonna win. And that's the main event for UFC 311. I'm gonna quickly talk about just 2 fights that I'm looking forward to in the prelims, just because they're 2 fighters that I know and I really like. firstly, it's Johnny Walker and Gustav. I had to look at my notes for that. I forgot who he was fighting. Lowkey, I love Johnny Walker. He's just a goofball. He's like kind of goofy fighter. Not a super. Oh, I mean, he is a good fighter. Let's not beat around the bush. Johnny Walker is a good fighter. He's a ranked fighter, but he's kind of coming off some ugly losses right now. Like he got KO'd by Ankalaev, which is like not good. And then he got KO'd by someone else, and I can't remember. And like y'all probably seen the clip where like he gets KO'd and he does that little like weird ass backflip and shit. Like that's what we're coming off of coming into this fight. And our boy Gustav, he's coming off of a KO victory, which means that boy's got hands. He ain't got no pillow hands. So yeah, we're a little worried about our boy Johnny Walker. So like if I were to make a prediction, I think Gustav is coming out with it. But that shit hurts me to say. I really don't want Gustav to come out with it. But it is what it is. He'll probably come out with it. It's alright. Johnny Walker is still my GOAT. Yeah. And then the other prelim fight that we're going to talk about is Talbot versus Barcelos. Now, I didn't know shit going into this about Barcelos. And I didn't really know shit about Talbot either. The only thing I know about Talbot is I watched him at UFC 300 and he knocked out the French dude. I already mentioned that. And Barcelos, I did a little bit of homework on. All I put notes is had a good streak, but he's losing more recently. So what that means is like he used to have a really long win streak when he was like new to his pro debut and whatnot. But recently he's had these like sporadic like 2 losses, 1 win, then another 2 losses and another win. And I think he's coming off of that more recent win now. So, you know, he's coming off of a win, which ain't bad. But his streak right now is looking a little funny. And our boy Peyton Talbot, he's coming off of I mean, he hasn't been beaten yet, so he's been coming off of nothing but wins. But here's the deal. If Talbot wins this, you know, he's gonna start entering ranked fights. I think he's at least gonna start entering into being a main event, or not main event, but like in a main card, which would be great for him. But if Barcelos wins, you know, it's gonna be a little dangerous for him. So we're gonna see what happens. My bet is on Talbot winning. I think it would be fucking hilarious. And plus, he's got a sick ass tattoo. If y'all ever seen it, he's got the bleach tattoo where he's got the hole in his chest. That shit's pretty dope. So we're hoping for a Talbot win on that one. Now, I'm rambling a little bit, so I'm gonna try and move it up a little quick. I'm already at 12 minutes. Let's see. Next up is a fight night. We're gonna talk about this fight night real quick, just because it's got like actually some notable fighters. It isn't like the fucking fight night in the Apex that's coming up. It's got some notable people. It'll be the 2 fights I'm gonna talk about are gonna be Adesanya. Adesanya's fighting, and he's fighting Imamov. I don't really know shit about Imamov, other than he's got a decent looking record. You know, I haven't watched any of his fights. Now Izzy's coming off of he's on a bit of a struggle bus right now. He's coming off of 2 losses, both championship fights. Y'all probably know it already. He lost to Strickland, then he lost to fucking Duplessis. Now, low-key, I think Izzy's gonna win. But I need Izzy to get back into a contendership mindset. Like, Izzy, you're not a fucking champ anymore, dog. Get your little dancing ass, quit your dancing classes, and start fucking grinding, you know? Like, we need you back in action, for real. You know? Because, like, it's great having champs like Duplessis and Strickland and all them. And I'm actually happy with Duplessis being a champion. I'll talk about that in a second. But we need more people middleweight. I think that's what Izzy's in. He's middleweight. But yeah, we need some more middleweight movement, you know? Because we got Strickland, we got Duplessis, we got Adesanya. And you know, that's kind of the only people I really know in middleweight off the top of my head right now. Like I said, I'm a casual. If Imamov wins this though, he might be on the up and up to maybe getting a title shot if he can keep winning. So good for him. We'll see what happens there. And then the other fight. Oh, by the way, I think Adesanya is going to beat Imamov. That's my prediction. I think Adesanya's got that one. Just purely off of a gut instinct. And then the next fight is gonna be, let's see, let me look at my notes. Oh yeah, dude, Shara Bullet and MVP. What an interesting fight. That's actually what I'm hella excited for. Because if y'all don't know, Shara Bullet is that like crazy Dagestani. I think he's Dagestani. I don't know where he's from. But he's pretty much a guy that's like, he acts like a pirate all the time, which is super dope by the way. And he acts like a pirate because he's I think his left eye is like completely blind. So he's only allowed to fight in fucking out of America. I forget where we go. I think it's shit, I'm blanking. I usually know this shit. But he's not allowed to fight in America because they won't let him fight because he can't see. But he acts like a pirate because he just has that one blind eye, so like sometimes he'll wear an eye patch and shit. It's super dope. He's a super goofy fighter. And like he's a fucking dangerous striker, bro. Like you know, he's crazy. He's his last fight, by the way, it was another fight night. It was he ended the fight with a double spinning back fist. And that led into a KO, by the way. Double spinning back fist KO. Like that's just insane. I don't think there's ever been another fighter that landed a double spinning back fist. It was like a fucking movie watching him do that shit. Yeah. And then he's fighting MVP, which if y'all don't know, my boy Michael Venom Page, goofy fighter. He's the guy that knocked someone out really fucking bad. Like I don't know what he did. It was like broke his neck or some shit. It was crazy. And he threw a Pokeball at him. Or he like rolled a Pokeball at the guy after he's like on the ground with the doctors. Dude, it was fucking, it was violent. It was really funny though. But yeah, that's MVP. He's coming off of a loss to Ian Machado Gary, which he's not undefeated anymore. But I ordered a Shavkat shirt right before their fight and then watched Shavkat almost get rear naked choked by Ian Machado Gary, and I almost returned the shirt. I didn't because that shit would make a great pump cover, but yikes. I do not want to talk about Ian Gary right now. But either way, MVP lost. I think he got submitted, which go figure. MVP's a fucking karate point fighter. He ain't a grappler. I hope he's been working on his grappling, because I don't know how good Shara Bullet is on the ground, but I know how good he is on the feet. So those are the two fights I wanted to talk about for the fight night that's in between 311 and 312. And then we'll quickly mention 312. We got a rematch, Duplessis and Strickland. Honestly, as much as I want Strickland to win, I think Duplessis is going to win that. Like, the gorilla fight style is low-key kind of nuts. So I think Gorilla is gonna ooga booga his way out of it. Which good for him, by the way. Duplessis is a great fighter. He's actually a pretty funny guy. He's like one of the best trash talking I've ever seen that isn't Chael Sonnen. Like he's made both Izzy and Strickland cry during their press conferences. So you know, if you can do that to your opponent, you're a pretty damn good trash talker. All rights reserved, I guess. I don't know. And then the other, I think there's one other fight I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, there's Zhang Weili and Suarez. Which you must be thinking like, holy shit, a women's fight. He's talking about this shit? Yeah, bro. Just because I'm a casual doesn't mean I don't be watching them fights too. Because sometimes they low-key heaters. Like everyone be sleeping during the, they be joking around about, oh, I take my naps during the women's fight. Yeah, but low-key some of them shits is heaters. And Zhang Weili, her fights are kind of crazy. The last fight, I think, from Zhang Weili was against that other Chinese fighter, where in the first round, they got slept like the other fighter did. I don't know her name right now, but Weili choked out this fighter, like completely asleep, but the ref didn't catch it in time. So when the round ended, she was asleep, and then her coaches had to wake her ass up. It was like, nah, get back out there and keep fighting. And that fight, I think, went all 5 rounds, which is absolutely insane. If you got, like, absolutely slept, like the blood to your brain gone, and then you fought 4 more rounds, Bro, that's crazy. Like, that's insane to think about. Either way, Whaley won that, by the way. It was by decision. It was pretty dominant, too. Though, the other girl was having a comeback near the end. I think it was like the 4th round. I think it was during 300. It was like during the 4th round, there was a comeback starting to get mounted. But then she lost momentum going into the 5th, I think. But, yeah. So, Whaley versus Suarez. I don't really know much about Suarez, lowkey. But I know a little bit about Whaley, so that'll be a fun fight to watch. And, I think that's pretty much everything, lowkey. That's all the recent UFC events coming up. That's the ones I'm all excited about. If y'all got any fights I should be keeping an eye out, lowkey, throw it in the comments. Because I haven't been looking at like early prelims or regular prelims for 312 yet. So, yeah, if y'all got any fighters you want me to be like looking out for, you know, let me know. And, you know, those are my predictions. So, you're welcome for your parlay, by the way. You didn't even have to think about making it. I just made it for you. Just take my word for it. Let me cook. But, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. We're going to be talking about some other shit. Don't know yet. I'll decide that shit when I want to talk about it. And, yeah, I'll see y'all around.